Hey, it's Sean with Summit Racing and On All Cylinders, and we're here today at Super Summit 2016 with Jim Kramer, legendary Bigfoot driver. Now, Jim has come out to the show. He was with us at Atlanta Motorama. Talk a little bit. We're on the second day of the show. It's been a great turnout. You had a media day. What are your thoughts on the show so far?
Well, these shows are always great, and that's why I love to come. You know, I made a lot of friends here, the Summit organization, and just people in general. I've been doing this 37 years, so I know half the vendors.
Right.
I know, I have a large fan base that comes to this, and it's fun to get out and see them. And it's fun to come to a show like this because it's all about the motorsport fan, the racer, actually. You can run your car down the track. You can run on the road course, I gave 10 media rides yesterday, and among those media rides were people that actually signed up through Summit and won a ride in Bigfoot.
Sure.
And Summit made sure it happened. We did it over there in the field. It was great, and everybody had a good time. And I just like the association. I like to get out and be with the people. And a show like this, it's all quality people.
Right. Yeah, I got to see some of those folks that won the ride right afterwards, and just the look on their faces was so cool. I mean, it's something that, you don't get to do much. Now, there's been pretty big news that's hit in the past few weeks, and that is that you've been along pretty much since the very early days with Bob, helped build this entire thing, and now you are not retiring, let's say, but you're semi-retiring. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, this has been a great run.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything. I wouldn't trade a minute, period, for anything else I would do. But there's also some things I want to do, and this kind of gets in the way.
Right.
I really have plans. I've started taking flying lessons again. I want to fly an airplane. I want to build one next year,
Wow.
But I still want to be involved. You can't walk away from this.
Right.
Because my heart and soul is still in this kind of thing, in motorsports and in Bigfoot. So I just, for a better word, I'll cherry pick the places that I want to go, the big events, and I'll go there and I have a good time. And if I miss it too much, I'll just cherry pick some more.
Sure.
There's a lot of things I want to do, and I really need time off to be able to do them.
Right. You mentioned you're 65 years old, 37 years in this, so it's awesome. Going into airplanes next, that should be a really cool career move. Now, we were just chatting about just with all the years experience you have in this, you've come across some crazy things. You've had some crashes. You were talking about jumping the truck through hoops and things like that. Tell us a little bit, share some of the stories that maybe not many people know about, some of the cool things that you've experienced over the years.
Well, I was telling you earlier, I used to do the Mickey Thompson off-road shows, and we did one in the LA Coliseums where the trucks used to jive through the peristyle. The peristyle being a large concrete arch.
Right.
And I'm out there with Rick Mears, Roger Mears' brother, and Rick and I got to be friends. I says, okay, Rick, how do I do this? I've never done this through that. He goes, halfway up the hill, you hit a bump and you fly through it. So everything's done right here at the hump.
Right.
So he kind of talked me through it, and I ended up actually flying Bigfoot through the peristyles, which is really thrilling.
I bet, yeah.
There's this much on either side, and I would have crashed.
Oh my gosh, wow.
So I got that 12-foot wide truck through the peristyle, and that was a lot of fun. Of course, the racing was a lot of fun. Took some bad crashes. Took a bad crash at the Hoosier Dome when it used to be the Hoosier Dome. Now it's the Lucas Oil Dome, but it rolled it over forward, and the cab crushed in on me, and I barely wiggled out in about a foot. It got my head out and it got the rest of my body out. But then we as Bigfoot looked at it and go, wow, we needed a whole lot better on safety. So we really designed the trucks with appropriate roll cages back then. Back then we were show trucks getting into racing.
Right.
And we didn't get into racing. We got into racing with the motors and everything, but we didn't get into racing with the safety factor.
Sure.
So then we had to stop, regroup, catch up the safety to what we had, and end up starting the Monster Truck Racing Association. So the trucks you see out here today and a myriad of safety equipment comes from Bob Chandler and a few other guys that got together and wrote a book on how to make a safe monster truck and how to run a safe organized show. And it's great to be part of all that. Just the evolution of monster trucks has been fun because today we're still looking.
Sure.
There's 3 or 4 ideas we have that's going to make these trucks better. These trucks are doing such crazy things I would never in my life think you can take a truck like this and jump 214 feet 8 inches, hit the ground, turn around, go out and do a freestyle.
Right.
Like you do it every day.
Yeah.
That's a world record jump. But that's the kind of technology that goes into one of these things. You think it's crude monster truck. It's not. There's a book of metallurgy in it. Everything's specially made. And there's techniques to do things. We build our own shock absorbers. It's all our in-house guys. Bob Chandler and myself and 5 or 6 other guys get our heads together and we think about these, brainstorm, and then we build them.
Right, just fascinating.
And that never stops.
Yeah.
You think this is the epitome of what we have now. And already, this truck in our mind is outdated.
Sure. Sure. And I mean, I heard you talking yesterday. I mean, you talk about just the engineering behind it, but then the cost too. I think you mentioned these tires alone are $6,000 a piece. Is that accurate?
No, that's very true. But being Bigfoot has become in the top 5 most recognized motor vehicles in the world.
Right.
So that affords us a lot of high-profile appearances, and we glean some great sponsors. Some being 1.5, some being 1. So sure. I get help with my tires. I get help with the engine parts.
Right.
Every sponsor on there we know and love. They've been with us for a long time. And you can't just do this all out of your pocket. I mean, you just can't do it. Run a fleet of 7 trucks with the high caliber and quality of people we have to have, and the rigs and the type of trucks we put them in, because our name and image is on these trucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it takes a lot of people together to make something happen.
Right, and not everybody can see at home, but the rigs here, we've got 3 Bigfoot trucks here at Super Summit. You, Larry, Dan are all here, and a crew of other folks that are helping out, so it's just incredible seeing you guys here. Jim, we appreciate your 37 years of service, everything you've done for us. We look forward to seeing what you guys are doing next.
I'm going, but I'm not going yet.
Right. Thank you. Stay tuned for more info from Super Summit 2016.